Good morning, everybody, and 'tis the season. Woo, this is the final countdown. Are we all decorated up? Got our running around planned for the next couple days next week? Got our gifts wrapped or on the way? Broken Goth Doll. Woo, coming in live and shit. Broken Goth Doll said some viewers may find this disturbing. She said, good, I like to be disturbed. Oh, you're going to be disturbed today. Oh, you better believe it. By the way, if you missed our members live on Friday, wow, go back and catch it. Talk about live and shit. It was something else. Had people messaging me saying, I need to see this. How do I become a member? And I'm like, oh, I can hook your ass up real quick. So let's go through our checklist before I wind myself. Have we hit the like? We have 84 people in here. More people will be joining. Have we hit the like? Have we shared this to our socials to say, hey, come chat with us? And have we said hi to everybody? Merry Christmas, kiss my ass, or whatever you want to say. It feels like a kiss my ass type of day. Let's try that. Let's do our hi, hello, howdy, just whatever mood we're in. Look at that, V. Oakley saying, pucker up, buttercup. Diana Howry, look at her. She's like going, kiss my ass. Go on, that's her mood today. Probably because as of yesterday, Summer Wells, who we have devoted a lot of time to in the last 3.5 plus 1 day years, missing 3.5 years. Mirror Camp said, oh, it is a kiss my ass type of morning. Ooh, sometimes we have those mornings. Sometimes we have those mornings. Well, the meteor manager, Tim Mullins, this is all he could muster up. Soak it in. Find Summer Wells. It does everything except for try to find Summer Wells. Says 1,280 days or 42 months since our hearts and family was torn. Now, if this was anybody else, I would find this heartbreaking. I really would. But not coming from an opportunist. No. A lot of people sent this to me from old Nick the Hat, as they call him. You know, the one that's heavily working on Sebastian's case. And he shared from Light the Way about Summer Wells. And so there's a lot of people intrigued. Is Nick the Hat and his team going to pick up the Summer Wells case? Inquiring minds want to know. According to people that have shared this with me, some of you are in this chat. Raise your hand if you want to be recognized. Hold on, Karma said, Kimberly Mann, happy birthday. Is it that bitch's birthday again? All right, hold on till I get to this, everyone. Say happy birthday to Kimberly Mann. We just love you, especially on your birthday, which seems to occur at least once a month around here, Kimberly Mann. Love you, glad you're here. Just kind of like Walking Dead, who's new every day. It's great. So what do you think would happen to old Seth if Nick the Hat focused, and honestly, this is just opinion, conversation, speculation only. If he would just focus some of that attention Dawn Wells way. Woo, could you imagine? You know, it's huge difference dealing with Seth and dealing with Dawn. And call me petty, call me dramatic, but I'm here for it. I do see we have another birthday girl in the chat. That is our friend Joanne Lane. Her birthday was Friday, and I did not know on the members live, so we're going to tell her happy birthday. Okay, and if anybody else is having a birthday, just rewind and pretend you're Kimberly Mann or Joanne, because I'm not going to play it again. You're just shit out of luck. But we love you and happy birthday. Even if you are the Benjamin Button of our group, Kimberly Mann, that has a damn birthday all the time. Okay, so this is going to be a little taste of what Nick the Hat is going to get if he decides to join forces with Mr. Don Wells.
Live, you dumbass. No, sir. It's fucking live, you dumbass. No, sir.
So he's talking to his beautiful bride, Candace. He goes, "It's fucking live, you dumbass." She's like, "No, it's not."
It is.
No, it isn't.
Can't stop.
Okay, whatever. Play a little game, Donnie.
All right, I'm gonna have to go. She don't think we're live and shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's fucking going off and acting like an alcoholic. I have to get off here now.
Mm-hmm. 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 She doesn't think we're live and shit. She's acting like an alcoholic. How do you act like an alcoholic? Either you got the disease or not. Either you're alcoholic and shit or you're not.
That's fine. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Don, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Okay.
Candace.
Let's go through this later.
That is fucking live, you dumb bitch. You are stupid, man.
I just scratched my back. That's all I asked.
Fucking live.
I just asked you to scratch my back. That's all I asked, Dawn. That's all I asked, Dawn. Just scratch my back. I got nothing else going on in my life except for an itchy back, Dawn.
Bitch.
Oh, they just seen that. You're a dumbass. They just seen you punch me in my throat.
Just punch me in my dental. You're a dumbass, Dawn. I have other words for someone that punches me in my dental, and it's not dumbass.
Whatever,
You're
man.
a dumbass. You're a real dumbass. You're a real dumb fucking ass. They just seen me throw me in the punch. Well, you're a dumbass.
You know, he's not going to get to touch her parts. Now you think you're going to touch me in my parts. No, he's not going to touch you in your parts. And look at poor Molly. She's sitting there going, am I really seeing this? Y'all been around someone that is so damn depraved, backward, whatever the name is you want to call it, that you just can't make heads or tails as to what the hell they got going on? Going to touch my parts. You're going to touch my parts. All right. Well, the title of the show is the quote that Don Wells has given to WJHL, the station out of Knoxville. I don't remember the call letters, and it was picked up by News Nation. He said, our children were stripped away. Here's the article right here. Okay, no thanks. One nation under God. Sure you are. Okay, here we go. Summer Wells' family, we were stripped from all our kids. Summer Wells disappeared from her family's Tennessee home in 2021. Now remember, unlike Sebastian's case, there is a criminal investigation. They have not ruled out foul play. And whether you believe it or not, in Sebastian's case, what we know is the authorities have said they don't have any evidence of foul play. I'm not saying you have to believe it. I'm not saying you have to listen to me, but that's what they're saying. Okay. Investigators say the case is still open and they're seeking tips. All right, let's see if I can get this. Here we go.
house. My wife watched her go into the door, and she went into the house, and the boys were on the internet, of course. She wanted to go downstairs and play with her toys.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
2 years after her parents, Don and Candace Wells, gave those accounts, that's still all we know about the last time Summer was seen. Almost immediately.
Can you all hear it now? For some reason, when it went to the video, it kicked it off my screen. Okay? Interesting stuff we had going.
Summer's parents became the center of a police investigation.
Summer's parents, Candace and Dawn, had something to do with this, or have you ruled that out?
We haven't ruled anything out. Everything's possible.
Could she have gotten herself into a situation?
Okay. Like him or hate him, Sheriff Lawson has said we haven't ruled anything out. Anything is possible. Anything's possible. You got FBI working it. You got TBI working it. It's going to take someone to come forward with something that's really going to get it going. Who will it be? Lots of people have died along the way. I'm not saying that they held the key. Someone knows something that can help law enforcement.
Situation where it wasn't her fault, but
no,
you know what I mean?
no, she's a good mother. She loves her children. She's not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is maybe choosing some wrong friends, which is, it happens.
Don Wells pleaded guilty to driving under the.
Okay, this statement has always knocked my socks off. She might have made the wrong friends. Would it not be worth a phone call to the authorities and give them a list of who could possibly be the wrong friends? Who could it be? Who is possibly the wrong friends? Either you got a bunch of shitbags around you that might do something to your daughter or not. That's what Don said. She, not him, not Don the Saint. But Don says Candace could have made the wrong friends. That has stuck with me for a long time.
Influence last year. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but asked for it to be dismissed. He now faces criminal charges in 3 states, including a domestic assault arrest in 2020. 2 years later, investigators have not charged either Don or his wife in connection to Summer's disappearance.
Everybody makes mistakes, and we all have to learn and go on. We're doing better. It's still very rough for my wife.
Don Wells sat down with News Nation to talk about where the case stands today. His wife hasn't sat down for an interview since this appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, where she walked out of an interview in Texas.
No, I'm being interrogated again, and I don't want to do this anymore. Yes, I am.
We'll stop. I want you to feel comfortable.
Since Summer's disappearance.
Now, they cut out the best part. They cut out the best part is when Dawn said, these people are trying to help us. They're just trying to get answers. They're trying to help us. She starts jerking at that denim coat. She's pulling off wires and she goes, they're not helping me. It's not helping me. I want to go home. It's not helping me. Camp said, was Dawn the wrong friend? Camp's got the thinking cap on today.
Don says their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they're responsible for whatever happened to Summer.
Before you know it, you're getting a mob going. My wife could go to the store and somebody would scream at her, baby killer.
He sent us videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about the case.
We're going to follow you. We're going to wait here all day.
Don says it's gotten so.
Okay, now this is my opinion only. People need to leave suspects, persons of interest, whatever you want to call them, people involved in a case alone. You want them as comfortable as possible so that they will talk to the ones that matter, and that's the ones that can solve the case, which would be whoever's got the badge. Okay? Now, speaking of harassment, a week or so ago on her channel, Can't put this up, but it can't be from Can't because I see punctuation and things are spelled properly. So I do not know who did this for her. But it says, to whom it may concern, comma. So right there it told me it's not Can't. I wish people could get it through their head that Candace has nothing to do with her little girl going missing. People amaze me. They think someone must be guilty if they are not rich. No, rich people do real screwed up shit. Real screwed up shit. And I think this goes back to the Proudfoot thing. That because from the outside looking in, Chris and Katie have a nice home. They have nice vehicles. So some people say they couldn't have done anything to Sebastian. That's not how it works at all. And I'm not saying that they did. They did not have the money to hide behind a bunch of attorneys like some parents do. They have taken lie detector tests. They took them with law enforcement and Dr. Phil. Did not take one with Dr. Phil. Bullshit. Because Dr. Phil would have put those results on his show. They have let law enforcement go through all their home and property. Want a cookie? Want a cookie? Even if you didn't let them, they would have gotten warrants. Come on now. Come on. People need to put themselves in their shoes and think, what if this was me? What if your child went missing and you were just broken, in shock, and the grief that you would feel on top of that? Everyone is coming at you, coming to your house and yelling at you, and all over YouTube with nothing but hate. Well, nobody needs to go to their house unless invited, okay? And, we're going to talk about that. Nobody needs, if they invite you up, go on. Hell yeah. Get up there. Go up there. Get you some spaghetti made with ketchup. Go ahead. Have at it. But don't just be going to people's homes. You're not an investigator. And even investigators, they're not going to do it. They need a warrant or they get invited. That's how it goes. Okay, imagine if you're already going through the worst nightmare you cannot wake up from, but you don't even know what to do, because if they knew where she was, they would go get her. I pray Summer is safe no matter where she is, but can you imagine all the thoughts that had to go through their head of what could have happened to their baby? Like, that is not enough hell to have to live through. And I can tell you that right now. I couldn't imagine trying to sleep, trying to eat, trying to function, just with the things running through your mind. No way. Not to compare cases, but I look at the family of Michael Vaughn. This has taken a significant toll on Brandy and Tyler's health. Their children will never be the same. The grandparents, aunts, uncles, people in the neighborhood will never be the same. So no, I couldn't imagine that. But I'm not getting that vibe from Can't. I don't know why. I'm not. Because this is the kind of stuff we've seen for the last 3.5 years.
Where's that pretty little zipper at?
He is outside as usual. Brenda, isn't it nice to see her smile? It is beautiful.
It's so nice.
It is.
I love y'all. Y'all are great.
No, you're the great one.
You're great.
Just for you.
Both of you.
Thanks for being our friends.
Your friends are hard to come by. See the Mountain Dew? Oh, that's what I'm drinking.
Yeah, right? was a cheerleader, so you might as well. Yeah, right. Just get one of them. Remember they're strong, but they have the candy in them. You just empty them out and stick that in the 2-liter bottle. Candace, can you say that on? Hey, can I have a friend join us? Yeah. Absolutely. Sure, absolutely. Damn. Go get her. You better ask her first. Get on mad. Can you see what's on the screen, Candace? Baby. Munich City Mom said she would like to help with the house. You. The comment that I put on the... Come here, Dale. Get your ass out the bed. He's like, I got church in the morning, woman. I was here cooking in the morning. We gotta go to church and then we're gonna come home and work on the house. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Come here. Come here, my friend. You're over here. Come over here. You'll be in our line, baby. Get off the leaves.
Diana said, who is the pretty little zipper? I don't know if she's talking about the dog that you can hear barking, or she's talking to Meardale, who's out there building her a porch and painting it. I don't know. Look who just made it in. Mirror Angel P. Mirror Angel P. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So again, the question is, were their children stripped away? We don't know what happened to Summer. I give up on the whole wandering off. That's kind of what I assumed in the beginning, but she would be found. FBI card unit says no abduction. TBI says they can't rule out foul play. Then you have the boys that were taken in July of 2021, and according to this interview, those two bleeding hearts, or as some call them, wonderful parents, just signed their rights over.
3 years since the disappearance of then 5-year-old Summer Wells from her Hawkins County home.
The night she was reported missing, authorities said Summer was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. Hours later, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation would issue an endangered child alert for her. That would later turn into an Amber Alert.
To this day, law enforcement still has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Summer's parents.
We have pushed investigators for months to learn about new details or updates in this case. What we do know is that her family continues their search to bring Summer home. I spoke with both Dawn and Candace Wells in Kingsport at a place with deep meaning to Summer.
Let's talk about this. Thank you, Real Rockin' Robin, for catching this. Walking from her home. Who saw her walking from her home? Or is that more made up evidence like the red truck? We now know that it was Dawn that gave that tip. We didn't know that until Chris McDonough released that. No. Walking from her home. Yet, TBI has said there is nothing to back that claim up.
Disappearance. Borden Park is anything but quiet this time of year. But 3 years ago, it was filled almost weekly with people praying for Summer Wells.
I see all these families, with their kids and how much they enjoy them and stuff. And we were stripped away from all our kids. All our kids have been kidnapped from us by DCS, and who knows? We're not sure about Summer, but we know about where our boys are at.
While the prayer vigils are now few and far between, Dawn and Candace Wells haven't stopped praying that their daughter Summer will be found.
We have hope, always. But there's not much hope in this world.
I have more hope for him starring in a Wizard of Oz reunion as the Cowardly Lion with that new hairdo of his. Did he hot roll it? I can't figure it out. Then of them telling the truth. I shouldn't say the truth. If they don't know what happened to Summer, they don't know. But there is more to this story than just, she's just gone. She's just gone. She's just gone. She got gone, buddy. She just gone. Maybe it's Maybelline.
We have to trust God that there's hope and eternal life in heaven.
Summer was reported missing on June the 15th of 2021.
We know that she was taken off her property, and we know she was taken away in a vehicle, or they would have found her in the area if she was somewhere in the area. But who's responsible for her? We don't know.
I asked Dawn and Candace when was the last time they heard from investigators.
I think we know from many, too many cases that we have spoke about on this channel, in the Facebook group, in Discord, you name it. I think we know that Department of Children's Services, CPS, whatever you want to call it, DFACS, whatever you want to call it, they do not like to remove children from their home. They do not. They don't like to. They would rather work with the families to get back on track and not separate a family. Okay, we've seen it too many times. We have a laundry list of children that should have been removed. Gabriel Fernandez, Harmony Montgomery, Quentin Simon, Olivia Jansen, little AJ in Illinois. But for him to act like nothing was going on here, nothing was going on here, they just took the kids. Thank you so much, Sonia Allen. You are such a sweetheart, and we got your card yesterday. It's on our Christmas tree. Thank you so much for the super sticker and just being you and being a great friend.
Investigators.
We haven't lately at all. It's been a while, over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, but that didn't go anywhere.
Don says he feels that he and his wife Candace were targeted by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
They intimidated us, they belittled us, and done everything they could amidst all the chaos, and then the CPS was there doing the same thing.
When asked about how he thinks about Summer's disappearance 3 years later, Don spoke about a Department of Children's Services investigation.
They said somebody had called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns to play with. And so they closed the case June 14th, which is something CPS does not do. They don't just...
Okay, well, you said it yourself, Dawn. That is something they just don't do. Now, in rural areas, I always have a hard time saying that word. It's not uncommon for people to have guns. It's not uncommon for children the age of the Wells boys to have a BB gun or even a shotgun. It's really not. Kids learn to hunt at young ages. Any of you have kids that have learned to hunt at young ages? You know, what do they say? Teach them young. But he goes, and they do not do that. They do not just close the case. You're right, Dawn, because they didn't do it. For one, these records are not at our disposal. So anybody can tell you anything about a CPS case, and there's no way you would know. I could tell you that my neighbor down the road has 10 CPS reports on him. Guess what? No way would I know unless I'm the one that called 10 effing times. But he's right. They didn't show up on the 14th and then just close the case, because he told a very trusted person in his circle, at least I trust her, that they were coming back on the 16th. Go sell that stink shit somewhere else.
Closed cases. So it's really odd, and mystifying why they closed the case June 14th, and then 24 hours later, Summer's gone.
Summer's mother.
So this is where he's going with this, okay? They close the case and then 24 hours, Summer's gone. He's alluding to his whole CPS kidnapped Summer and then worked their magic to get the 3 boys. Yeah, that's what he is alluding to. He's damn right. It is mystifying. Because nobody in their right mind believes that shit. Well, except for a couple. And they'll remain nameless for right now.
Candace sat in for part of our interview, but got up after a few questions.
She was going to try, but her emotions are just too much.
The last update in the Summer Wells case from law enforcement was an age-progressed photo released in June of last year. This image was released by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That number is right there on.
And it's right here on this screen, 800-TBI-FIND. If you have something credible, something you heard on goofy-ass Daisy's channel, doesn't work. No. But I go back to what Peter Hyatt said. Again, the question is, were the children just stripped away from them? You be the judge, you be the jury. This is from Peter Hyatt's channel. Prayers for him. He's very ill. Okay, I like how he wrote it in exactly what Candace said. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands. He left the R out because she said washing our hands. And she got a piece of candy from Grandma. I walked her all the way over to the porch and watched her walking into the kitchen. Now we know from there that's when the shit hit the fan, because 2 minutes later she came in and the first thing she asked the boys is, "Where's Summer?" She went downstairs to play with her toys. So she races like a wet hornet down there to find Summer because she's just that kind of mom, you know, according to her. She's just that kind of mom. And she looked and looked and looked and looked. She goes out, she tells Grandis, "Summer's missing." Not, "I can't find Summer. Summer's got to be around here. Help me find Summer. She's missing." Grandis goes, "I knew she was abducted." I said, "Here we go again." You can't find a child in that short of amount of time. You're not going to think they were abducted. They're around there somewhere. Michael Vaughn is a true abduction. I know some people still don't believe it, but that is the truth. That is what law enforcement has been saying since 2021. This is an abduction, 100%. But his parents didn't jump right to he was abducted. He's got to be at a friend's house playing. He's got to be at the splash pad. Maybe he got lost out, going through the field. I don't know, but he's got to be around here somewhere. Not, he's gone, buddy.
I'd like to share a few thoughts on the disappearance of Summer Wells, a case that has brought much interest as a 5-year-old has been missing more than 2 weeks. The first thing we notice about the case is that the father's account is not reliable in the sense that he's repeating what someone else told him. So that must be discounted. And I'm aware of his criminal background. I'm aware of the obvious issues of substance abuse that may surround the family. But I'd like to focus on the mother's statement, and I've broken it down here. It's a little bit shorter. You can get the full statement.
I love how this man is so well-spoken. Everything he says makes sense, as in, we don't need to listen to Don's dumbass. We just don't. If he wasn't there, he has nothing to say. Okay, he has not been cleared by law enforcement. He has not. But if he wasn't there, we don't need to listen to his dumbass. The historians from the day Summer went missing are Grandis and Cant. And this is all they can tell us. Washing hands, planting flowers, and she just got gone. Well, some of you aren't gone because look at this. Memberships are rolling through. Let's take a second and get our umbrellas. My goodness. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you.
Statement online, but to show what is concerning, what we know and what we don't know. So I'm going to start with the conclusion of the matter. The conclusion of the matter is that we don't know the source of the mother's guilt in this statement. And I'd like to show that to everyone here. The mother has indicated a belief or knowledge that Summer isn't coming back. Now that goes against the normal parental capacity of protection and denial, especially a mother. So it's something that I'm concerned about. But when she was finally convinced to go into the media and speak to the media, which itself is unusual in terms of behavioral analysis, the mother wants to call out to the kidnapper. The mother said, and I've abbreviated a bit, me and my mother and her were planting flowers, and we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma. I walked her all the way over to the porch and watched her walking into the kitchen. So from that statement, and it's abbreviated, there's more, I'm able to conclude neglect. Now, some will counter and say, given the family circumstances, domestic violence, substance abuse, perhaps some cognitive limitations, that's to be expected, and it's true, it is to be expected, but it's in the language regarding what happened. So if a sex offender has grabbed little Summer, or human trafficking and that sort of thing, a kidnapper, mom shows guilt, but I can't tell whether the guilt is because she caused Summer's disappearance or the guilt of neglect, which is here. But there's some also interesting things within this statement that call our attention to specific details. So she's asked what happened. Me and my mother and her. We like to hear a mother in particular use her daughter's name. And this was the beginning of what happened. She uses the pronoun her. I believe at this point even, that's some distancing language, psychological distancing. Say, well, what about if mom has cognitive limitations? That will impact the language. It certainly does. But if she speaks with an expectation of being understood and communicates with people, we adjust our context and we still analyze the words. Me and my mother and her, and we note the order, were planting flowers. And
okay, it's important what he says here. Note the order. Note the order. Me and my mother and her. Can't even humanize Summer enough to say her name. Now, don't get me wrong. People are going to say, you can read the replay comments. They're going to say, that's just the way she talks. That's how people from Tennessee talk. For those in the back, they're not from Tennessee. She's from Wisconsin. And old Donnie Boy's from Utah. Okay? So enough with saying that she doesn't know how to put her daughter's name into anything. He says, note the order. Me and my mother and her.
And we went in after we got done washing our hands. Now, if you're planting flowers in the dirt, your hands are dirty, and the expectation is you're going to wash your hands. The expectation is not that you're going to have a need to talk about it. And this is where we often explore for guilt. I don't doubt that she washed her hands, and I'm not saying she lied about that. But what she's doing is including information that isn't necessary for the case, but does something else. We often find washing, when it is included unnecessarily, as another signal of guilt. among other things. So washing our hands.
Yeah, exactly. Where is Britt? Go get your tag team partner, Walking Dead. Paging Britt. Paging Britt. So he's like, when somebody puts in something like washing hands, we've heard other cases where they had to do laundry. It's not uncommon to do laundry. When they asked Candace to fill in her timeline, they said to Dawn, we really need you to focus on the timeline. She was doing laundry and shit. She was doing laundry and shit. Well, what's shit? Was she taking a shit? Because that could take all afternoon, okay? We've heard about her constipation problems. That could take a while to birth one of those. But laundry, no. You throw it in, you walk away.
This not only will cause us to question, hey, why do you need to include that? We're not reinterpreting washing of hands to mean something else. We're wondering why the need to include that. We often find it in statements of guilt. And she, so another pronoun she, got a piece of candy from grandma. Washing our hands slows down the pace of the statement. Tell us what happened. She went missing while we were planting flowers. That would be very quick and easy. But instead, we have a pace that's being slowed down, which often indicates tension, stress, and possibly even deception later on. I don't know if that's the case here, but I'm certainly open to it. Then I have the pronoun she again, not Summer, got a piece of candy from grandma. That's immaterial to what happened, we would think. But this also slows down the pace of getting to what is essentially the information that's needed. Now, she's a 5-year-old, and this is a normal household. This is all things that we presuppose. And 5-year-olds love to play, they love to wander, they love to have candy. I walked her to the porch. I walked her all the way to the porch, as if it's an extraordinary event, something out of the ordinary, something that's not normal. This is a portrayal of the subject by herself, the mother, as a good and conscientious mother who is diligently watching over her child. The need to include this information suggests to the contrary. And when you have a couple of those points, you realize you're looking at neglect. So it's not just the socioeconomic status, the substance abuse issues, the domestic violence reports, some of those things. It's in the language as well. And watched her walking into the kitchen. On a normal day, outside in your yard, planting flowers or doing anything, would you recall watching someone all the way in at age 5 who runs in and out likely on her own many times? This is another indicator of guilt due to neglect. So it is possible that a sex offender got Summer, and mom has tremendous guilt for not watching her more carefully. That's certainly a possibility. And another possibility is that mom's actions caused something to go terribly wrong with Summer. The first one we look at, we talk about guilty knowledge a lot. Guilty knowledge being mom knows what happened to her, and the guilt is because of that.
Yes. Flicker your foot. Said sometimes people add extra stuff when they lie. They do. That's the reason they get twisted up. That's the way you say, now hold on, that's not what you said before. Or like, where the hell did that come from? So when they add in these little bitty things, it's like, we're not asking about the little bitty things. Okay, washing your hands, for them, I doubt it happened. We know from Dawn, it was very hard to get Candace to take a shower. Okay, those are his words, not mine. So you're telling me she got a little bit of dirt under her fingernails and she had to instantly get that off there. Instantly. But this is the woman that said that she didn't go to the main part of Warriors Park. you know, where people swim and there's a beach. They went back to the backside because she's scared of germs. She's scared of germs. But after this, she goes to the grocery store. She's smoking in the truck. She goes to see Allie to drop off Hunter. She goes back home. Miss, I'm scared of germs. Gets in the damn mud to plant succulents. They're not even flowers.
But the first one we're looking at is called attendant guilt. In other words, something took place that the subject didn't do. She didn't cause Summer's disappearance, but something else was going on there, and she feels guilty over that. And I don't know at this point, because of the way the interview was conducted, what it is. Now, the interviewer had an opportunity to say, hey, you didn't want to speak out because of all the nasty comments that people make on social media. What would you like to say to them? This would have given her an opportunity to say, I didn't cause Summer's disappearance. I don't know why the interviewer didn't ask the obvious question. But if your child was missing, would you care what people on social media said? Now, you might if it was impacting search efforts, which it wasn't. The search efforts were tremendous. But a maternal instinct, and for most people, just human empathy, and not knowing what happened would cause them to do whatever it takes to run out, call for her child immediately, and address the kidnapper. So investigators have a difficult case on their hands, not simply because of the time that has passed along, but because of the mother's statement. You've heard things from media where it appears law enforcement is confused, quote unquote, about what happened. And that's a deliberate statement that's meant to say, we've got some issues here. We don't have a clear answer of what happened, and that's important. I had a case many years ago where a little girl went missing, and the father was deceptive about what happened when she went missing.
We have many. Well, I can't call them our cases, but you know what I mean, what we've talked about on here. I think about Letitia Stout. She was very deceptive. Proof's in the pudding now as to what happened to Gannon. Leilani Simon, very deceptive as to what happened to Quentin. Adam Montgomery and his beautiful bride, Stepmeth, very deceptive as to what happened to Harmony. The list goes on and on and on and on. So for her to put it in a nutshell, and not the type of nut she likes, I walked her all the way to the porch, got done washing my hands. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. But the minute the heat comes on, we saw it on the Dr. Phil show when behavioral panel was talking to her, she flips out. I'm being interrogated again and it's not helping me. It's sitting about you.
And it proved later on that he didn't do it. What was he deceptive about then? We learned that he was deceptive because he was under the influence of drugs, and at that point, incapable of giving eyes-on protection to the little girl, who was able to open the door herself and wander away. So that's called attendant guilt, and it's very difficult at times to discern. So the conclusion of the matter is it's inconclusive.
Okay, think about what he's saying. Is her a loss of time and the manipulation and the deception, is it because she's hiding something about Summer or hiding something about herself? Was she giving herself a little bit of time before she called 911 to let the rugs wear off? Was she giving herself a little bit of time to kind of sober up so she can speak better to authorities? Only she knows. And I hope by now they know. But it's very, very interesting. Now, over the last 3.5 years, there's really only been one thing that Don's been truly concerned about. He has his own theories. Everything from basement, hotels, snatched for drugs. Let's see what else. Bad guy got her. When he was told that Morgan Wallen is from the town next over, from I think it's called Sneed, Tennessee, he said maybe he done it. Dungeons, hammers. I don't know. He's had a lot. He's had a lot of theories. Joe Biden, yeah. I don't think Joe Biden got up that hill or had anyone do it. No. Allie, Hunter, Chris McDonough. I don't even know where to start. But the only thing that really raised his eyebrows is when he heard that Kathy, the friend, had the pink jacket. I'll still never understand this. There is the pink jacket. Now, some people say Kathy must have went and bought another one because it's not Summers. I don't know where the hell they get this stuff. But Don wanted to know what the hell was going on, and he spoke to Nana's Angels. May she rest in peace.
I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What?
Could you send me, you say that there's pictures of her having that jacket or that sweater?
It's the picture in the memory box, yes.
The picture in the memory box?
I meant the jacket. The jacket.
Okay, you can tell he doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. The memory box. The memory box. The memory box. But he's concerned about this. Why would he give a shit?
Hello?
Hey, I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
What?
Could you send me, you say that there's pictures of her having that jacket or that sweater?
It's the picture in the memory box, yes.
The picture in the memory box?
I meant the jacket. The jacket in the memory box. Yeah, the picture of it.
The picture of it in the memory box?
Yes.
I want all my stuff. I don't care what it is. Okay. Is there any pictures that you can send on my phone? Because we call.
Okay, you hear Candace in the back. Let me see if I can get closed captions on. It's very muffled. Okay. So Don wants pictures sent to him because for some reason, either he's blaming Kathy, the friend, but why is Candace not telling Donnie? Why is she not telling Donnie the dumbass? Donnie, you're a dumbass. Why is she not telling him that she gave that stuff to Kathy? Why? And Kathy's a dumbass in her own right. You know why? Because she had Can't living with her. She tells her local authorities that Can't will be with her for the summer. Really? If old Diana Howery decided to come down here and stay with me for a few days, I wouldn't think I would have to let my local authorities know. No, I don't think so. If my friend Just Me said, hey, Brooks, I'm going to come down for a little bit, hang out, I'll be like, well, hang on. Let me call my local authorities first and see if it's okay. But she did. That's what she said on her channel when it was going. She took it down. They had their own little summer of love, if you know what I'm talking about. This is all he's actually concerned. He's confused. He's concerned. He's confused. He's like, what are you talking about, a memory box? And then you hear Can't in the back basically trying to stop this conversation. Why? So then Dum Kathy, when she realizes, well, actually, she was liking some clout. You have to admit. Well, I've got her jacket. I have the memory box. Hell, she bought that Suburban for like $1,000, she said. You know, the one that Don and Brad Wishon supposedly got going. Mechanics they are. So she calls her local authorities. Now, what are they going to do with it? They're not a Goodwill. She should have called Hawkins County and said, by the way, Can't left this here. There might be something that you would need. Oh no, she calls people, I think it was in Greenville. Hell, they going to do with it?
Picture of it in the memory box.
Yes.
I want all my stuff. I don't care what. Okay. Is there any pictures that you can send to my phone? Because we called our private investigators and started seeing what they could do, but they would like us.
So he said he's going to get private investigators on it, whatever. But it sounds like in the back to me that Kent is trying to say this isn't true. All right. Well, Kathy was sending pictures. He's like, you have a picture you can send to me? Because I got to get my private investigators on this. Look, you got a private investigator there in your home, Donnie. You got Kent. Kent knew why Kathy had the jacket. Kathy knows why she had the jacket. I don't know, but those two know.
We gotta have proof of it. Okay, what does a memory box mean? Does that mean?
It's the box that somebody that tell Candace to hold up for a minute and I'll explain to you. Okay.
Do you want to talk to her? You want to talk to her? Talk to her.
Oh, here we go. Nothing's better than getting no Kent on the phone. Either she acts like some kind of Sunday school teacher, acting all, trying to act proper, or you get like slamming cabinet doors, yelling at Don, telling him you're not going to touch my parts tonight, or like I was blessed with one time, she called me a pussy fart. You just never know what you're going to get with old Kent. It's truly Russian roulette when you get her on the phone. Well, and him too. Trust me, I'm not trying to make him out to be the Prince of Charming.
I got my Bluetooth. I'm gonna give her my Bluetooth.
All right.
Make me talk. I don't understand what the hell y'all women talk.
Hello? Hey, Kathy told me it was the memory box that somebody that, supported you guys, not, you know what I mean, supported you emotionally.
Yeah, it's got Paw Patrol on it and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. I can't.
She knows what it is. Somebody that was supporting you emotionally. Super. So they make this box for Summer. She put the pink jacket in it. Why? That went into the memory box with the little Paw Patrol. You know, the one Chris McDonough said, always keep this. So we have the pink jacket and Paw Patrol. Okay? In the memory box. And there's Dawn confused, which doesn't take much for Dawn. Okay? And a light bulb, some bows they decided to get. Caleb, thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. You have no idea how much that means. Something about that jacket she put in the memory box. I don't know. Only she knows.
Can't see the outside of the box. All you can see is Summer's name on the front of it.
Yeah, it's got a picture of, I think, cases burnt in the box and all that stuff, like Marshall and Paw Patrol up there are all burnt into it.
Yeah, it's burnt into the wood, yeah.
And then I know she's also got the family picture that Robin made there too that's got my stuff and probably some other stuff that she took out of my stuff.
Well, when she sent it to me, that was before you and her were into it, and she has from day one that I met her or I started talking to her, I always supported you, always.
Right.
But I had asked her, I had messaged her and asked her for some pictures that wasn't already out there to put on Summer's birthday video. And she sent me a few of the pictures, like a picture of the rock that you painted for Summer when y'all were camping.
Yeah, I remember that.
She told me about the little cross, the little cross that's on the rock that you found. Yeah. And she had sent me just a picture of the memo or memory box, and it's open. It's showing hair bows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want that so bad.
Well, she had told me that you had.
Okay. Kent says Yeah, I want that so bad. Then why did you leave it at Kathy's house? Were you so busy with kayaking, fishing, camping, making s'mores, grilling weenies outside? You know, because she's scared of bears, snakes, coyotes. Well, they didn't go camping at the mall parking lot. They were in the woods. You don't go hiking. Well, she can't go hiking through the Walmart parking lot because she's banned. But you know what I'm saying. You go hiking, you go camping, you go into the wilderness. But her excuse for not looking for Summer is because she's scared of the wildlife. But she spent her whole summer with Kathy camping. Woo! Some of you all have a huge camping trip right now because our girl Angel P has gifted 15 Crime Lines and Lives memberships. No bears or snakes here. And 5 more. The hell, did Ange fall on that button? Looks like it's just not going to be your day, Walking Dead or Brit. I don't know what to tell you. Y'all better look at your settings. I don't know. Maybe remove that app and put it back on. I don't know, tell you.
Left it up there for safekeeping until Jens could find Summer.
No, that's not true at all.
Okay, this is important. She makes it sound like somebody hijacked something from her. I need that back. I need that back. I need that back. I need that back. Okay. So Kathy's saying she kept it for safekeeping. She's like, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. And this is can't fashion. She has a friend who's very nice to her, bending over backward for her. And it appears to me more ways than one. Okay. And then she just shits on her like she does everyone else. I'm really shocked it hadn't happened to Daisy and a few others. I really am.
She had told me that you had left it up there for safekeeping until Jens could find Summer.
No, that's not true at all. Because when I went up there the last time to get my stuff, it was not in my coat that I had. And I was wondering what happened to that because I looked all over the house and I couldn't find it.
Well, so was Summer, because from the first time something was said about what she was wearing the day she went missing, it said a pink shirt and gray pants. So I assumed the jacket got took off of her, right?
The jacket was never on her when she went missing.
That's what I'm saying. She had it on in the truck and then she didn't have it on her when she got gone.
Right. She got too hot, so she took it off.
Okay, she has stuck with this. That and barefoot. She got too hot with the jacket and she took it off. But that jacket went in the memory box. That should have been not safekeeping. What the hell are you talking about, safekeeping? You know, the bows, the Paw Patrol, stuff like that. Okay, fine. And the question is, when she went where? When Summer went where? Kimberly Mann, where's the rest of the outfit? Why is the jacket the only thing in the memory box? Again, here's the question. This is a quote from the Wells camp. Our children were stripped away. So the pink jacket, maybe because she had it on that day. Maybe it's, in memory type of thing. I mean, it's in a memory box that somebody that supported her emotionally gave to her. I love that word, supporting her emotionally. I can't with that shit.
First time something was said about what she was wearing the day she went missing, it said a pink shirt and gray pants. So I assumed the jacket got took off of her, right?
The jacket was never on her when she went missing.
That's what I'm saying. She had it on in.
Okay, the jacket was never on her when she went missing. Well, we know that, dumbass, or it wouldn't be in the box. But she stumbles over that.
in the truck, and then she didn't have it on her when she got gone.
Right. She got too hot, so she took it off.
Well, anyways, that's what I was saying, because I made a video yesterday trying to figure out where the jacket was at, because they reported a pink shirt and gray pants, but they didn't say anything about the pink and gray jacket. So I was trying to figure out where that was at. And then when I was looking through, somebody had said something, and when I was looking through those pictures, that jacket is in that memory box.
Silence. Silence. This is important, my friends. This is important. Maybe not to me or you, but this should be important to investigators.
Yesterday trying to figure out where the jacket was at, because they reported a pink shirt and gray pants, but they.
Okay. So in law enforcement, it says they have the pink shirt and the gray pants. All right. But not the jacket. Now, Can't said, oh, she didn't have it on when she went missing. But count the seconds before she answers, because she's got to think about this, in my opinion.
They didn't say anything about the pink and gray jacket. So I was trying to figure out where that was at. And then when I was looking through, somebody had said something, and when I was looking through those pictures, that jacket is in that memory box.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Yeah, she's like, yeah, makes sense to me. They have the pants and the shirt, but the jacket's in the box. Yeah. Right. Sorry.
Sorry, I got a text message on my phone. I just want my stuff back. I don't care about whatever.
She had a text message. She goes, I just want my stuff back. I don't care about whatever. Woo! That's our can't. That's our can't. I just want my stuff back.
But yeah, I can send you the picture.
Yeah, if you don't mind, will you please?
Yeah, you want all the pictures that she sent me, or just that one?
No, all of them will be fine.
I think I'm still friends with Dawn on Facebook. Do you want me just to send it that way? Because that's how I have it. Well, no, I've got it on my phone. I can just send it to the phone.
Yeah, send it to your phone. That's fine.
All right. But
all right,
yeah,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Boy, she got off real quick. Real quick. Here, Donnie, the dumbass, calls Nana. What's this about the pink jacket? Do you think maybe, again, this discussion, we don't know, we weren't there. Do you think maybe law enforcement was asking for it and he didn't know where the hell it was? And then he hears it's been stowed away at Kathy's all this time? Bad news travels fast. So he gets a hold of Nana going, now hold on, what is this? Candace is acting like it's not true. She doesn't know what's going on. Then she's like, I just want my stuff back. I just want my stuff back. Woo! Could you imagine? Could you just imagine the whiskey drinking that night? Could you just imagine? Tell you what, you all don't want to imagine not being a member. There is the link right there. Because we got a big member show next Monday. We got prizes. We got the whole 9 yards. So again, let's get back to the question. Do you think that the children were just stripped away from Dawn and Candace, or do you think there's a little more to it? Are they victims, or have they been victimized? We have 307 people in here, so come on. If you're in the bushes listening, come on out. Tell me what you think. And this definitely is a trigger warning, okay? This is when Daisy, before she started sharing all her medical knowledge with us, shared a 911 call about Summer.
Do it again so you guys can listen. And I want you to hear it. As soon as she says, I'm here, can I help you? Or what's going on? You'll hear it. You also hear Summer in the background saying, and help me. And he always tries to, Candace says, he always tries to hurt my daughter.
Okay. All right. Trapper John MD, also known as Daisy, should have been on the cast of ER because she knows so much about medicine. This is kind of when she was normal and she could see the forest for the trees. So she shares this. But suddenly, she starts talking to Cant. And I don't like to talk about creators. I don't care what they do. Their opinion is their opinion. I don't like to be influenced by them or anything. But she talks to Cant. And she goes, oh, I figured out she's got a good heart. I figured out she's got a good heart. Oh, okay.
It's just a scuffed up place.
What is Summer yelling about? Again, they're saying their children were stripped away. Dawn said they don't just close cases. Somebody reported that the kids had loaded guns. Unless they're shooting each other. I don't really think anyone's going to go into the holler to say, y'all got guns up here? Maybe they were investigating Don because Don's not supposed to be around a gun. He has some other issues, you know, you got the big F. He's a felon. Yeah, he's a felon. She's screaming in pain, my friends.
It's just a scuffed up place.
Yep. But after sharing that call, and I mean, a lot of people were coming after Daisy for that call. They really were. I don't understand why they were so mad at her for sharing something that could maybe help law enforcement if they don't have it. I don't know. But there was definitely something not savory going on in that house. But I mean, Daisy has decided Candace has a good heart. So, I mean, speaking of idiots, a lot of people are sharing this post from Instagram. This is from Trisha Jenkins. No, I'm not doxing her because everyone who has followed this case knows who she is. And some people, I couldn't believe when people were reaching out to me about this. I'm like, don't you know who she is? She says she solved Summer's case and she's going to get back into true crime and solve some others. Okay? Now, this woman is a grade A idiot. Okay? She makes Daisy look like a genius. She truly does. This is the kind of shit we're talking about with Trisha. This is the woman that said TBI was holding Summer hostage. This is the woman that said at the hospital, down in the basement, that they had taken some of Summer's organs and harvested them into another child from the church. And they got the rejection drugs at Walgreens because you can get them over the counter. But she has resurrected her ugly head. This is what we have about when she planned to go investigate in Rogersville. And if you missed our members live, Kat did a deep dive on this because I can't believe people are sharing that Instagram post going, is TBI going to call her? This woman solved the case. This woman solved the case and they're just ignoring her evidence. They're ignoring her evidence. This isn't good for Summer. This isn't good for Summer. She solved the case. Now, we're going to have to break this down slowly because I don't want anyone to lose IQ points, okay? If you need a drink, when Evil Entered is here, what's up, my old friend? Love your work. Been subscribed to When Evil Entered a long time. He said she was smoking the math online. Oh, yeah, she was taking, you're going to see it in this. She takes a big old bump off that wart-ridden thumb of hers. So here we go. This is who people are talking about.
So for the ones that don't know, I'm about 45 minutes from the Wells' home. Soon, I was hoping I would get to do an interview with Dawn, but I think I'm just going to let that go. And I'm going to try and see if...
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Diane Sawyer. No point in talking to the father of the missing child. She's about 45 minutes away from Rogersville. Yeah. And an idiot is born every 30 seconds in America, I'm telling you, because this is running like crazy in these Facebook groups. People saying, TBI's just ignoring evidence. No one's listening to this woman. She solved the case. That's why I'm telling people. It is some comedic relief with a dark side. But this is who solved the case, my friends.
That go. And I'm going to try and see if Candace will do one with me. But I'll let you guys in on that. I am going to be taking a trip to Rogersville in the next few days. I have family up there. Well, she's not family, but I've known her since I was this big, so she's basically family. So I'm going to visit her and give her a ride to the grocery store.
Okay, so she said she's going to go 45 minutes up to Rogersville. She's going to meet someone who's like family. They're not really family, but, you know, they've known her since she was, you know, knee-high to a cricket, you know. I guess she's keeping all of this evidence to herself. Hey, we're seeing it in another case right now. People got Sebastian's case. They got it figured out. Jolly Live said, I was wondering what happened to her. She said people was after her. Well, I'm putting my feelers out, and she is more than welcome to come on. Because since people are jumping out of their damn skin to try to figure out how she solved the case, she needs to come on. She does. I want to hear it all. Organ harvesting, drug trafficking, Holston Valley doing illegal organ transplants, anti-rejection drugs that they just picked up at Walgreens. Some are sitting at an office in TBI, but they have to keep her under wraps because they're waiting on her organs to heal. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, they wouldn't let me post in these groups. It happens. I don't know why. But this is who we're dealing with. And I know there's been an uproar. TBI won't do it. TBI won't even listen. TBI won't even listen.
Visit her and give her a ride to the grocery store. And while I'm there, I would like to try and interview a few people. I'm going to go to the hippie house. I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to go to the gas stations around their home.
She will go to the gas stations around their home because, especially if they have overnight truck parking, because that's where she used to make her living. All right.
I'm going to go to lots of places and talk to people. I also want to talk to a few neighbors and get their input. I want to see what Jody Sue's house looks like from the outside.
You mean the camper with the extension cord going into Andy's house? She can't Google Earth that? Yeah, go see Jody Sue, please. Actually, you two should be roommates.
I want to see where this river is placed.
Where the river is placed? I would say God places rivers. Why don't you ask him? I have a feeling he's busy. Okay, so she wants to know, this is the person that people are claiming has solved the case, my friends. This is what we're dealing with today. Hold on, Whist. I wonder who the surgeon was. Probably Daisy. Who knows? Who the hell would know? Real Rockin' Robin, a freaking creek is a river? Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, it gets better because she's got to figure out how to maneuver water in this.
Or this creek, I'm sorry.
Okay, so not a river. It's the creek that runs through the Wells property. All right, which you probably couldn't get a paper sailboat down. All right, there's not enough water in it to do anything. But hey, she's on the case, and people are giving her a lot of accolades now, saying she solved the case, and they knew TBI was corrupt because they won't take her information. I'm helping them out. I'm helping them out.
I want to see where it's placed. What, like, do you have to cross it to get to the side? I want to see.
Okay, this is the major question. Can someone cue the Jeopardy music? Near, 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 near. Okay, so if you see a body of water, what do you think it's going to take to cross it, my friends? Now, this little, I wouldn't even call it a creek. I would call it a babbling brook, okay? You would basically take your right foot, step down. You would take your left foot, step over, and that's it. You've crossed it. If you come across a lake, either you are a really good swimmer and you cross it that way, or you get a motherfucking boat. I don't know. But she wants to know what it's going to take to cross the creek. Anyone want to help her with this? Because she solved the case.
Do you have to cross it to get to the side? I want to see it all.
Well, I mean, Jesus walked on water, but she wants to know if you have to cross it to get to the other side. Does she think there's a bridge? Does she think there's a bridge? I don't know. Here's a good thing. Thank you, Susan. Just me goes, I don't know. Use the driveway? Yeah. Try using the driveway. Why don't you try that? Quit worrying about the 1 inch of water, you idiot.
I want to know what I've been investigating.
Okay, so she's taking a swig of Red Bull, and she said she wants to know what she's been investigating. Well, how would you know unless you've been investigating? So she's been investigating, but doesn't know how to use her feet enough to cross a tiny little stream of water, doesn't know what Jody Sue's house looks like from the outside, but she wants to go to the hippie house, probably with good reason. I don't think they sell shit there strong enough for her. She wants to go to the grocery store, talk to them. The most they're going to tell her is, how much it is to buy milk or cheese. They're not going to remember nothing. This is like these people that keep calling the Texas Roadhouse in Sebastian's case. Oh, yeah. So this, by the way, this video was 10 months after Summer went missing, and she's just thinking of all these things. However, remember, there are people out there that said it's horrible that TBI does not talk to her because she has solved it. All right, so she's going to take a swig of Red Bull like she needs it.
I don't want to go on their property because I don't want to get in trouble, but How can you get in trouble just by going and knocking on somebody's door and asking them if they would like to do an interview? How can you get in trouble for that?
Well, it depends on if you're going to go to the door up the driveway or if you're going to maneuver that huge creek. I don't know. Trespassing is a thing, but hey, that's on you, boo.
Maybe an interview with Leslie.
Woo! The wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. Maybe an interview with Leslie. Yep, there's Trisha's O-face. Look at that. Ooh, baby. Maybe an interview with Leslie, who said she hates Candace. Hadn't talked to her in years. There you go. There's a start for you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Or Allie.
Ooh, or Allie. Yeah, because Chris McDonough never talked to Allie, did he? No, Chris McDonough never talked to her. Hell no. Yeah, he had a very in-depth interview. I guess she's going to get more out of her. I couldn't tell you. All right. Remember, this is when Leslie and Allie were alive. No one is talking bad about deceased people. She's going to talk to Allie. Okay.
Or Jody Sue.
Ooh. Now, that would be something I would pay to watch, like pay-per-view. I would love to see Trisha interview Jody Sue. The brain power that would come out of that interview, you could... You could brown toast lightly, okay?
Jody Sue's son. Mine. So people are like, Jody Sue's son has a lot of issues. Personally, I don't know that.
I love the karate move. Okay, watch this. A lot of people say Jody Sue's son has a lot of issues. And then she goes, personally, I don't know that. Well, nobody does, and they don't either. My understanding is he's in the military. He's doing good. If he's suspected of a crime, he wouldn't be in the military. Watch the karate chopping.
So people are like, Jody Sue's son has a lot of issues. Personally, I don't know that. I'm just saying what I've heard on here and what people are telling me.
There you go.
Oh, really? She's moving?
She's the investigator, but she's got people in her chat going, oh, Jody's moving, so you're not going to catch her. Oh, really? Jazz Hands is sitting there going, oh, really? She's moving? Yet she's the investigator that has solved Summer's case. And people are arguing this. I can't believe TBI won't talk to her. I can't believe they won't sit down with her. STFU.
Find out who lives on Bell Road. Where do the chauffeurs live? I'll figure it out and let you guys know. I hope you have the same cell provider that Candace has.
All right, so she's really sniffing now. She's really sniffing now, okay?
So that you have signal out there at 110. I'm pretty sure that my phone will reach out there because, like I said, I go to Rogersville all the time.
Okay, well, earlier in her declaration of solving the case, she said she hadn't been out there in years, but it's 45 minutes away. She goes, oh, I go out there all the time. I go out there all the time. Now she's like, oh, my phone will be fine. I go out there all the time. Those Obama phones obviously reach a long way because that's what she has. And I'm not picking on anybody with an Obama phone. I'm just telling you, that's her service.
Well, I haven't been since the case started, but
I go out there all the time. Well, I haven't been since the case started, so that's at least 10 months. This is what we're dealing with.
Or since Summer went missing, but I used to go all the time, and my phone always worked. No, I won't be going today. Not today.
Nope. No point in doing today what you can put off to never, because she never went. No. No, I won't be going today. Nope. Now, she got too many things going on. She's got to call the FBI, the CIA. She's got to go to the courthouse because people were bullying, stalking, and harassing her. But again, we have a lot of people saying she solved the case.
But it will be soon, in the next few days.
Next few days. All right, now then, this is when we got the good stuff on the thumb and we bring it up. Do y'all want me to put that in slow motion? Look at that. Yeah. I'm getting high from here. Yeah. Yeah. I need to put that in slow motion. Yeah. She's fiddling around down there and then she's like, woo! But she solved the case, my friends, and people want to know. I made myself sneeze from all that snorting. I barely got myself muted in time. But people want to know. So please share this in your Summerwell's Facebook groups. Put on there, this is the woman that says she solved the case. And don't be talking about me because I didn't say it. This is what she's saying. Let them know. This is our crime fighter here. Okay?
That I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do for Summer. So I came back. And guess what? I came back fighting. I came back fighting. We talk a war. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Like I said from day one, I will be Summer Wilson's voice. That baby girl can't speak for herself, so guess what? I'll do it.
Carla said, sorry, Brooks. What'd you sorry about, baby? Are you okay? You're fine, honey. I love you being here. I say we resurrect Trisha. Hell, bring her back. There's plenty of room on YouTube for nutcases. Bring her back. We see them all the time. Hell, some of them get like, 1,500 people in their chat. Go ahead. Bring her back. Come on.
I'll do it. She's already thanked me for it.
Summer has thanked her for working on her case. That's what she said, my friends. Summer has thanked her. Now, this is such disrespect. Broken goth doll, is she using a spirit box? Yeah, her head and her crotch. That's all she knows. Wait, what? Is this Marlena asking for a friend? Oh, no, this is Trisha Jenkins in all her glory. She used to have a channel called Missing But Not Forgotten. And what she would do is take other people's videos and she would like put her shit over it and say it was her original work. Instead of using fair use and saying, I got this from Common Sense True Crime, or this was covered on Justin's channel last night, or this is from the lab, or this is from, my friend Kat, anything like that. No, not her. She goes, well, everybody shares the same shit. Yeah, but they don't put their watermark on people's videos, idiot.
I'll do it. I'll do it. She's already thanked me for it. And the reason I say that is because there's a video of Summer and she's in a church and I guess somebody gave her a present and they're recording her and she said, thank you, Trish.
Okay, we're going to have to look at this again. Summer got a present at church. And she said, thank you, Trish. Now, I have heard that the woman that handed it to her, her name is Trish. And I've heard some people say that Summer said, thank you for the gift. Well, Trisha Jenkins is no gift. Truth to Light said, Did she? Don't think I've ever heard Summer say that. She did receive a gift and say thank you. But I don't think she was thanking Trisha Jenkins.
She's in a church, and I guess somebody gave her a present, and they're recording her, and she said, "Thank you, Trish." You're welcome, Summer. So I saved that video, and I always, you know, when I start feeling like I can't do this no more, I go listen to that video. Thank you, Trish.
Sicko. You sicko. Goodness. I think about what Muscles and Mascara says. She always says, they walk amongst us. Yeah. Yeah. If you live in Knoxville, Tennessee, Trisha Jenkins walks amongst you. Stay Wild Mustang. Who was that? Trisha Jenkins. The one that's been lighting up these Facebook chats because she put on Instagram that she solved Summer's case. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. Well, you guys aren't disgusting, and I think this has been another great show for Summer. I cannot believe that yesterday she has been missing for 3.5 years. I mean, this is just... Look, I'm not saying anything about law enforcement because I do think that they want this solved badly. Okay? I do. I think they want it solved the day after. Okay? I really do. And I can't imagine what would be more important in Hawkins County than solving Summer's case. And yes, Cat OG said, Brooks, are you doing the second show today? I'm getting off work. You better believe it. You guys get ready. Make sure your reminders are on. Make sure your reminders are on because we have another show coming up in an hour and a half. So, no. In my opinion, actually, I don't even have to say in my opinion. I'm saying it right now. Trisha Jenkins did not solve Summer's case. Let's look at Little Summer. Poor Little Summer. That clip was showed to Candace one time. I almost said Kansas. And asked why she had on jeans with her dress. And she said because she didn't have underwear. Now I go back to our question. Were their children stripped away? No, I don't think so. No. I think instead, Department of Human Services should have been way more involved before June 15th. Well, you guys, I will see you back here in about an hour and a half because you know what? You all are the absolute best. And it is safe to say Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Central, I know I'm in good company and I know you all are good friends and I know you're here for the right reasons. That's why I say all the time, you're the best chat and best community on YouTube. I'll see you back here in an hour and a half. We are going to talk about one insane ass letter that Sarah Boone wrote to the judge that gave her life in prison. You don't want to miss this. Love you bunches.